Reminds me of home cooking, cornbread, black-eyed peas, candied yams, and that dressing. Buttermilk biscuits. Ooh, can you taste it? Yeah, I can taste it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Soul-icious. This is the show that's about everything soul. That's soul music, soul food, soul clothes, and most definitely soul attitude. And today we're really going to be talking about the soul attitude because I have the pleasure of introducing to you one of my favorite people, though he doesn't really know it, but I'm one of those type of people that's always been in the background, that's come to his shows, and like, oh, I'm just grooving, I'm just like into it. He is what I call Mr. Virtuoso. He comes to the table, he brings you all kinds of different flavors, though his kind of comfort zone is jazz, and he plays the jazz like nobody's business. It takes you into worlds that you've never been into, and once you visited these worlds, you never want to leave anytime soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please put your hearts and your hands together for the one and only Mr. Claude Diallo.
Wow, thank you so much. What an introduction. I feel embarrassed. Wow, man, thank you. Well, what an introduction, Reggie.
Hey,
Wow,
hey, and I said, I mean every word. Honestly, you are. From the first time I heard you play, I heard you play before I talked to you, and your level has always been high. And it's like you're one of those type of people that you play. It's like you put your heart on the piano, and your heart plays. Your hands are moving, but it's your heart that's playing. And when you play, it's just like. People are mesmerized, because it's like you're playing the strings of their heart,
Wow.
So, I mean, this is how I see you. This is how I see you. How do you see you?
Do you want to become a PR agent or something? Yeah, all the things you say are, wow, really flattering. Thank you. I mean, it's amazing that you see me that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always hard to tell someone how you see yourself.
Right.
And I think by now I can tell I do know how to play the piano.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
this is something, and yeah, I mean it's true. I do put my heart into the thing. I mean,
Absolutely.
like I always had the passion for the music since I'm a child, and yeah, I mean it comes from the heart. It's true.
It absolutely shows, and the thing is that it's what I love about the way you play is that you really take people on a journey.
Thanks. Yeah, that's my goal. I mean,
You know?
it's interesting that you mentioned that, because that's kind of my life motto.
Okay,
Like traveling with music.
There you go.
Like I take myself and people on
Absolutely.
a journey. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's true. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the thing is that it doesn't matter where you are, you know, that's the cool thing about listening to you and watching you. Not just listening, but I was looking at some old footage of you playing in New York.
Okay, on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Okay, I get, yeah.
And what was so interesting about that, I mean, you were like, you know, this new up and coming artist and this and that, and you were and you're starting to play, but you had it there too. You were already, your personality was already ingrained. It was already written. It was already in stone. And people were like talking in the background, like, you know, jazz, da 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 da, and you started playing. And I mean, the band was playing, and then it came to your time to do your solo part. And people were like, yeah, da 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 da, and all of a sudden, it just got quieter and quieter, and people were like, this is something I need to pay attention to. I mean, like, big ups, man. I mean,
thanks,
really,
man.
honestly,
Thanks. Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, New York was rough. I mean, I think you talk about the Smalls
Yeah,
performance.
I believe it
Smalls
was.
Jazz
Exactly,
Club.
right, exactly.
Yeah, man, I could tell you a story about that. It was crazy. Like, I was so excited. I had to wait 4 years to
Wow.
get it. Like, you know New York, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you're from
I'm from LA,
You're
but
from
I know
LA,
New
but
York.
you
I
know
have
New York.
relatives, been spend time in New York.
New York's
Yes.
such a hustle. You know, you always have to show up at those clubs and
Exactly.
talk to the owner and
Right.
then show up. You know, and I was hustling for 4 years, man, to get that gig, and then I sold out the place.
Wow.
But at the end of the gig, I got the payment for the band.
There you go.
And I had Louis Cato on drums. He's the drummer of Marcus Miller.
Right.
And another friend from Washington, D.C. on bass. Like, I paid those musicians, you know,
Right.
out of my own pocket.
There you go.
I rent a rehearsal space. So the guy at the end of the show, he pays me $80 and goes like, nice playing. And my answer was like, thanks for the tip, but are you transferring me the rest on my bank account? And then he said, no, I mean, that's what you get. And I was so mad. Man, you can't believe it. Like,
Wow.
I even said to the guy, I said, look, I gotta call the cops if you don't pay these musicians. Like, it's Louis Cato and stuff. And I managed to get something out of this, but you know, I was so disappointed. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you know,
imagine. I
can imagine. I mean, they will use and abuse you if you don't know your rights.
Yeah,
You know?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, let's change the topic.
No,
but it's
no,
funny
no,
that you
no,
mentioned
it's
that
cool,
small,
man. It's cool, it's cool.
small thing.
So you started the Black and Whites when you were 8, you said? Or
Actually,
earlier?
when I was 5.
When you were 5?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing was that my parents both are musicians, you know?
Right.
So I grew up with all the music and things. And in the house we were living, there was an older lady who was a music teacher.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know that, but in Switzerland, most kids have to start with flute. No clue why.
Right,
that is.
exactly.
That's weird.
And it's not
That's
even
weird.
the flute; it's the
recorder.
recorder.
Yeah, recorder
exactly
flute.
right.
Yeah. I always say that the government has a deal with the wood industry or something. like all the kids have to learn the flute. Like, you know, like I don't know what it is. But okay, so I started with the flute, and this music teacher had this beautiful grand piano. And the first flute lesson, I was like, my eyes were on the grand piano, like, why am I holding this stick? That's what I want. And she was so kind. She immediately saw that that's the thing I want.
Right.
So my parents paid for recorder lessons, but basically she gave me piano lessons.
Very cool.
And then when I was 9, I finally got my own piano. I took piano lessons with a real piano teacher.
Right, great.
And unfortunately, she just passed away. It was Rita Simonini.
Okay.
She passed away in March of this year.
Wow.
It was my first Corona funeral. It was the first day of the lockdown in Switzerland, and
Okay.
was kind of sad. I mean, she had a long life, but she was such a great teacher. Like,
Wow.
she really gave me the love, like the way to love this instrument.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
like
Absolutely.
I was really privileged to have her as a teacher. Rita
Wow.
Simonini was her
Rita
name.
Simonini.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
That's where it all started. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. And man, look what you've taken. Jesus, man. And you're just continuing.
Yeah,
So-
I try. Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to fast forward a little bit. So,
Sure.
Switzerland, I know New York was New York was before Berkeley, right?
No, what's the other thing around?
Oh, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, I went
And
to.
I just want to say this for Massimo Bonanno out there.
Hey, maybe he's watching.
I hope he is. Berkeley College of Music. Did I say it right?
Yeah, I know. In
Right.
his show there was a mix-up. Like you saw Berkeley, California. Not you, but most people do.
Right. I always get it wrong. Berkeley College of Music.
That's the name. Yeah.
So okay, it was the other way around.
No, it's right. Berkeley
No,
College
okay.
of Music.
No.
Yeah.
That's
you
where
mean
you
me.
that was before New York.
Yeah, the way it works is, well, I was 23 when I got this scholarship to go to basically the same thing Massimo did. Massimo did it right after I was done.
Okay.
So I got the scholarship.
Okay.
I went. I graduated, and then Massimo came just the year I graduated. And
Okay.
then we spent 6 months together in Boston before I moved on to New York.
Very cool.
And that's where we founded the band, Claudial Situation.
Get
that
out.
That was
Okay.
in 2007 in April, while Massimo was at Berkeley and I
Very cool.
graduated already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a story there. That's a story right in there. 6 months you guys spent together.
Well, living
Off
in
and on pretty
Boston,
much.
living
Exactly.
in Boston at the same time, but I was not at school anymore. I was like, I had some sort of working visa,
Uh-huh.
so I tried to,
But
play
you had
and
gigs,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, I played gigs then.
Okay,
yeah,
you had gigs
yeah,
also then.
Yeah.
So wow. And I want to get soon into like all of these amazing people that you've played with and that you met. And I want to talk about one in particular
Okay.
that just recently transitioned. And you know who I'm talking about, I guess. And maybe I'll put in a little bit of actually our conversation, because we actually had a conversation. I came to one of your shows, but I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, please.
And geez, man, I mean, it's like, whew, where do I go with you? It's like you're all over the map. You're like all over the map. It's
That's
like,
true.
so Switzerland, Boston, New York.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in New York?
Too long. Honestly, too long. No, like, I mean, it's very special. Difficult to say exactly how long I was there, but I rented an apartment until January 2018, and only in January 2018 I went there to dissolve the apartment and say goodbye, New York. So I was there 11 years, but not 11 years.
I got you.
There all the time.
Absolutely.
I was always hopping back and forth. I lived 2 years in China in
Okay.
between that time.
Okay.
Yeah. 2011 and 12, I was in Shanghai, and I speak Chinese.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Ni
Yeah.
hao ma?
Ni hao. Yeah.
谢谢你.
Wow, 你说中文，你也说中文，很好。
And I'm out of here. And that's it for me. That's it for me.
But yeah, 11 years of New York, that was great. But I don't regret any moment of having left. I mean, if
Okay.
you look what's going on now,
Gotcha.
Maybe some of my friends watch this right now, and I feel very sorry for them.
Right,
Like,
absolutely.
I really feel with them.
Absolutely.
My band, Lucas Curtis and
Yes.
Andy Bauer.
Yes.
The other Claudial situation. I have two Claudial situations. One is American based.
Okay.
One is with Massimo
Okay.
Bonanno
Right.
and Rosario Bonacorso
Right.
here, like more European based.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's really difficult for them right now. I mean, it's like, here in Switzerland, we're very privileged because we can play. I mean, there's a lot of restrictions,
Right,
but we
but
do
still.
play.
Absolutely.
And in New York, it's nada, nothing.
Wow,
It's closed
really?
down, shut down.
So they're not even
the
able
bone.
to.
No, you can do a concert in your garden, but happy Thanksgiving. I mean, you want to do that
That's
in
it.
November?
Oh my God!
oh,
Really?
yeah.
It's that bad?
It is, yeah. I mean, and I don't know the rest of America, but I know about New York.
Right.
that
Exactly.
It's really, it's
I mean,
shut down.
with the quarantine thing, it's been up and down, up and
Yeah.
down. Now it's back up again, from what I just read.
Yeah.
But also it's hitting over here too, because now it's like, what did I hear? I just heard London.
Yeah. Vienna.
Vienna?
Yeah, it's shutting down again.
So it's like,
Yeah.
so.
It's not easy. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
easy.
so it's like, the ideal, I guess if we lived in a I won't say utopia,
Mhm.
but if we lived in a world where everyone thought properly,
Mhm.
it would be no matter how long it takes, get it right. Then you don't
Yeah.
have to come back again.
I agree.
Again, it's like
I agree.
my dad used to tell me. He says, "Hey, when you get out of your bed, soon after you get out of your bed, fix your bed now. Wash the dishes now. That way, you don't have to do it later."
That's a good call. Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. So shout out to Pops.
Yeah.
Love you, Pops. So yeah,
Is he watching?
I don't know. I hope he
okay.
is. I hope he
Okay,
is. I
yeah.
hope he is. So I know I have relatives watching. So let's go to Montreux Jazz Festival.
Oh.
Let's go
That's
there.
interesting.
Not the last time, but one of the times that I saw you, of which it was also a privilege to be a part of that, was to actually be in the room when actually you were in the competition.
Seriously, you were there? I don't
I was
remember.
right
Man, I was
You're
totally
not
into the
But
I was in the
believe
competition.
me when I tell
Wow.
you, my friend,
Oh,
I have
seriously,
been
man.
following you
Wow.
for much longer than you think I've been following you.
Probably.
I've been
apologize.
following you much longer than you think I've been following you. I've been the fly on the wall.
You were
That was me. I was a fly on the wall. So I didn't, and I was quiet too. I wasn't. I was quiet.
I know what you mean.
So,
wow, you were there. I apologize. I don't have that in my memory, but I don't remember anyone being there. It was so much into
because
the
you were so
competition.
much into what you were doing, which rightfully
true.
so.
Yeah.
So tell me about that experience.
Well, wow, I could talk the whole show about that experience. It was really a life-changing experience. It seriously was. You have to think that, the whole reason why I started I want to become a jazz musician, go to the United States, go to
Right.
Berklee College, was because of my friend Leo Dardin.
Okay.
Do you know Leo? He's a
Not
Geneva-based
really sure. I have to
jazz
see a picture.
pianist.
Okay.
He is amazing. In my opinion, he's the best jazz pianist in Switzerland.
Wow.
He's
Wow.
a little older than me. And so I went to the Montreux Jazz Festival in the year 2001, I think it was, and he was opening for Diana Krall.
Okay.
This Swiss pianist.
Gotcha.
And I was so impressed. I was like, wow, how did he do that?
Mhm.
So I found him in the phone book, previous, all this internet stuff. So I
Right.
had this phone book. I called him up and he said, yeah, man, I won this Montreux solo piano competition. So he was the only Swiss guy ever to win the thing. So,
Wow.
So he won it. And I was like, I want that too. I want to win that thing. So then it got stuck in my head. And every year from 2002 until 2009, I sent in my application. But I always got denied. So after 7 years, I got, you're in. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, man, 7 years of hard work, I
Right.
got it. So I was so excited. And I was thinking, yeah, you have to be persistent.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Absolutely.
And then I was there. I did it. And what was really unbelievable was that one of my heroes, Chucho Valdés,
Right.
the great pianist, he was in the jury that
Right.
year. And out of 15 players, I made it to the final, which this I really couldn't believe. When they called out the final, I was so unprepared. I was like, okay, you got to know your place. I made it to the semifinals. That's fine, but won't go further. And I went to the final, which then I have to say I was really unprepared because mentally I did not go there to win.
Gotcha.
And these competitions, you have to start going there and say, I gotta win. And
Exactly.
there was the winner was a pianist from Georgia. There were two first places. One
Right.
was a guy from Azerbaijan. I can't remember his name. It's very difficult. And the other one, I'm still in touch with through Facebook. At that time, he was 13. You have to think I was 29. The guy who won was 13.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it was like, okay, guys, there's competitions for Keith Jarrett people and for normal people. You didn't tell me this is a Keith Jarrett competition,
Exactly.
So yeah, he absolutely deserved it, that
Yeah.
little boy, yeah. So
In my
it was
opinion,
fine.
so did you too.
Well, thanks,
So
thanks,
did you
Reggie.
too. And
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it because I knew you. I'm saying it because you played your behind off. You
Thank
played
you.
your behind
Thank
off.
you. Yeah.
So that was a thrill. And even after that, you probably don't remember this. We also spent a little time together. It was you, Mass, geez, who was there? A few of your friends.
Laurent, I think Laurent Salzar,
Also,
the bass
yeah.
player of Claude Debussy situation that time.
Absolutely.
And that, I remember we went to a jam session afterwards.
Exactly.
And you were there too.
Exactly.
I remember this now.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
now it comes back.
Yeah. So that was, to me, it's a thrill. to me, it's a thrill to go to Montreal Jazz Festival anyway. You know, it's like I go
love this festival.
whether I'm officially performing there or not. You know, just
it's
to
one
be
of
in
those
the vibe,
festivals.
just
The
to be in
vibe's
the,
great.
just, I mean, geez,
It's
you're
great.
gonna, all of the people you're gonna meet, and people are like, they're so nonchalant. I mean, you know, you look to your
I
right.
met Quincy Jones at
Exactly.
Montreal Jazz
Right.
Festival. That's where I got to talk to him. You know,
Exactly.
where else in the world can you do that?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. So let's go right here to the board here. Grüezi Claude, speaking of stories of incident in Hong Kong after a gig. So speak of those stories. Do you have some stories?
Wow, this
Do you
is
know
my
this
friend.
is?
Yeah, this is Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Right, there you go,
This
yeah,
is
you
a
said-
very close friend from Washington, D.C. I mean, she lives in Silver Springs.
Okay.
In D.C. and wow. You're watching. Yeah, it's like a really good friend.
Beautiful.
Because of this woman, I met my wife. I mean,
Whoa.
come on, yeah, really deep.
All right.
Michelle,
All
thanks
right.
for watching, man. We have DC in the house.
DC in the house.
But what does she mean with
Give
the
me
Hong
a quick
Kong
bit. She wants to know
incident?
basically a story, I guess, from Hong Kong. You know, maybe after a gig,
incident in Hong Kong.
or maybe a specific
Hong Kong
story.
After a gig. Speaking
A
of
stories.
stories, the incident in Hong Kong after a gig.
Do you know what she's talking about?
If you're watching this, Michelle, please specify. I don't know what you
Okay.
mean. Yeah, I don't know what she means with the Hong Kong
No
incident.
problem.
But I do play in Hong Kong
All right.
sometimes. Maybe she will explain. Yeah.
Cool. We've done 22 minutes, man, already.
That's unbelievable.
Huh?
And we haven't even talked about
Nothing.
the
I mean, I'm
featured
not saying
artist.
nothing. No, we're talking about definitely something, but check it out. Let's give the people what they want.
music.
Let's
Yeah.
give them some sounds. Let's give them some sounds here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to play with you. I mean,
Cool,
the first
cool.
time I played with you, I remember, was in 2008. I think was at the Jazz Baracca in Zurich.
Right.
And you came up for the jam session. And
Exactly.
Man, that song, we did Song for My Father. Then. We're not
Exactly.
going to do this
No,
now, I know.
No.
But
Yeah.
so what do you want to do? Which tune?
Sunny.
Sunny for Michelle.
Sunny
Here
for
she writes.
Michelle.
I thought it was in a high-rise bar late at night in Hong Kong.
Michelle.
He's
I
Michelle.
don't
He's
know
been
what
in
it is.
so many high-rise bars late
Yeah.
at night in Hong Kong. I mean,
An
which
incident.
one is specific in particular? Which one? We're gonna do
Well,
this
we're
song
gonna
for
do
you.
Sunny.
We're gonna do this song and then
for
and then you
Michelle.
let us know.
Sunny. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let me get right.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny to play like that, but I like it.
Oh, I don't want to get out of the screen here. All
Oh.
right, here we go.
I
All
mean,
right,
cool.
bring the mic to me. Let's do this.
Cool. So you count it off, huh?
Yeah, man. Check it. Sunny. Yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny. Oh, you smiled at me and really eased the pain. Dark days are gone, bright days are here. Sunny, you shine so sincere. Sunny, one so true. I love you. Sunny, thank you for the sunshine bouquet. Sunny, oh yeah. Thank you for the gleam you brought my way. All blown like a windblown sand. Lord, I feel my hand. Sunny, what's so true? I love you. Come on, Claude.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, man. let me release the pain. Dark days be gone, bright days be here. Sunny, you shine so sincere. I say, Sunny, what's so true? I love you. I love you. Oh, I'm talking to you, Sunny. I love you. I love you. I love you. Sunny, I love you.
Awesome, man. Reggie. Man, such a pleasure
Cool.
to hear your voice,
Hey,
man.
Thank you.
And we should stop talking. Like we should just play music.
Should I
we
sing
should,
the whole
we should
thing?
just,
We
we
should
should
just
just play. Yeah, it's such a pleasure. You know, especially in this Corona time,
Right.
to have someone like you that brings out this beautiful soul
Yeah.
thing. I mean, the show is called Soulicious.
Yeah, but you know,
it's
when I
really-
s- thank you very much.
represent soul. I
Thank
mean,
you very much. But when
yeah.
people don't know this, when I say soul, yes, I mean soul music, but for me, I see soul in every genre. There are not
Yeah,
many
no,
genres that I
you're
don't
right.
see soul.
Yeah, you're right.
Soul is the groove. Soul is the root of what you're doing to me.
Absolutely.
So
I
it doesn't
agree.
matter what genre you
I
play.
agree.
Soul is the root. So that's where I dive. That's why I'm not a it's like you can't corner me and say, oh, well, he's
no,
this,
of course.
or he's
No,
that,
no,
or
I know
that.
what you mean.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't mean like
No,
that.
no, I'm not talking about you.
I'm just watching this documentary about Coltrane, like
Yeah,
chasing train. I mean, that to me, that's so like that's have you seen that one?
No,
It's
not yet, but
amazing.
I've heard
It's
about it.
amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
Coltrane, to me, if you have
heard him play.
to choose one jazz musician, to me, he's soul. Like John
Yeah,
Coltrane. I mean, it's
yeah.
unbelievable.
No, you can't lose with him.
Yeah.
You can't lose with him. It was somewhere in Asia.
It sounds like this now.
Well, she said thanks.
Yeah.
We need songs like this now. Yeah, absolutely.
This is true.
Michelle, I do apologize. I don't remember what story you want me to tell in a high rise in Asia. I mean, I did have many crazy stories in Asia.
You could pick one if you wanted. I don't know. I mean, if you really wanted to, it's up to you.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's continue this journey here.
Please.
Okay. Montreal Jazz Festival. All right. What did you do right after that? Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What did that bring you? From being in that competition, did that
It was life changing, really.
Was
Yeah.
tell me,
I mean,
talk to me about that.
Well, the main thing that it gave to me was such self-confidence,
Mm.
which at that time I was still seeking for. It was like
Okay.
kind of, I knew I was not bad, but I was like, okay, yeah, I just graduated in New York,
Right.
Queens College,
Right.
like master's degree and stuff. And I was still trying to find my voice in
Gotcha.
this jungle of jazzing. And by being able to go there and go to the final and, okay, not win first place, but to be in the final, that kind of gave me this sense of kind of welcome to the club. Like,
Gotcha.
now I'm part of this.
Got your membership.
I got my membership. Yeah.
Okay.
And it is true. I mean, this competition really opened a lot of things for me. Like, I started to tour internationally after that. The whole Asian experience.
Exactly.
It's interesting. Like, I have more fans in Asia than in Switzerland. Like,
Wow.
I travel there all the time. I mean, of course, now I can't. But
Right.
This year, I was supposed to be in Japan for 2 months. Believe it or not. Like, I was supposed to go there with the whole
Right.
family. And I mean, winning that. I mean, not winning, but being in the final of this competition really started my career.
Gotcha.
It did. It
Wow.
did. Yeah.
Wow.
My
wow.
professional career.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
amazing because you hear some people, and we're gonna get to that in a minute too, about Grammy. But you hear some people, for example, I can say actors.
Mm-hmm.
They get into they do something amazing and they win an award.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of them think, and which is, I guess people think that way anyway, that will be this stepping board or the springboard to bigger and better things.
You talk about actors now. Yeah.
Actors or anybody that wins an award.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I was just thinking of actors, I was thinking of specific actors.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always the case.
It's true. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's
Yeah.
not always the
Yeah,
case.
that's
You
not
know,
always the
sometimes it's
case.
like, hey, I got this award and this and that. And the phone is even more silent than it was before you got the award. And not maybe in the beginning, or you get calls that you think, well, it really doesn't add up to this Grammy that I just got. You know,
I
I'm
know- I
getting
know
the
what you
calls that I got before I had the Grammy. You know?
Yeah, I know what I mean. I had this experience with a competition I won in Switzerland.
Okay.
It was in Zurich, actually. It was called the Kind of Jazz Award or something like that.
Okay.
So there were 12 bands chosen from entire Switzerland that played jazz
Right.
to perform for a whole year. Like
Right.
we performed 4 times, and there was an audience that the audience voted, and we won the thing. Claude Diallo Situation won that thing.
Right.
And I was thinking, yes,
Now,
we did
hey,
it, you know?
there you go.
Silence. That's silence. Like
Crickets.
No newspaper
My
wanted
God.
to write about it. Like even the sponsors of the thing, I think they were expecting another band to win. It was this feeling like I was kind of the outsider and I won. And I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like that can happen too.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But the thing is that, you know, and this is a tribute, or this is, how can I say? This says a lot about you, that you are, I've seen it, and I guess you could say the same thing. You're that type of person that you take something that may seemingly be a hit, like, to like, okay, I felt that. So now I need to do this. You know, it doesn't knock you down.
I know
It
what
gives
you
you
mean.
that,
I know, it gives me
it
strength.
energizes
Yeah,
you
yeah, it's
somehow.
True. It's true. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I had hundreds of moments like this. Like
Yeah, I mean, we all get rejections
yeah,
and stuff
but,
like
but
that.
I'm definitely a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Not a stand-up comedian.
Well, I don't
little
know.
bit too.
I've heard some stories. Master's told me a couple of stories. I mean, you know, you had them cracking up.
No, but it's true. Like, I had the privilege to have a 1-hour conversation like we have now with Herbie Hancock.
Right.
Like, also at the Montreux Jazz Festival.
Right.
He invited me to. I knew he was there. I had his phone number. I gave him a ring. He said, "Yeah, I have time. Come up." So we talked for 1 hour.
Wow.
And the essence of this conversation was, you can only succeed if you know how to fail. Like
Whoa.
he told me that.
Whoa.
Like he said, you need to
Whoa.
be able to fail in order to succeed. And that got stuck in my head.
Wow.
And it's true.
Wow.
It's true. If you always have success, then that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Only if you really failed, you know what it means to feel
You
the
appreciate
success.
it that much
you
more.
appreciate, yeah.
You
yeah.
appreciate it that much more, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I was thinking the other day, you know, about artists that we know now. You know, we know Stevie Wonder.
Of course, yeah.
We know, Satchmo, Ella Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
Prince, Claude Diallo. We know, we know, you know.
Yeah.
But everybody had a beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
we
what I'm
forget
saying?
about that. We always see the artist
Exactly.
at the peak.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
had
yeah,
a beginning,
yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
and I think that should be, if the spotlight was more on that,
That would be
then
interesting.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you
then you
mean.
could appreciate it even more.
That's true.
Wow, now I can understand. Now I can really appreciate why this guy or this woman is where they are.
That's true. We don't do that often.
We don't
always-
put the light on the journey.
Yeah, that's true.
The beginning of the journey. We always put the light on what you got for me today.
That's true. Yeah, I
You know?
agree.
And I think
agree.
we miss
Yeah.
out on so much.
That's true.
We
I
miss
agree.
out on so much, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there are some artists that base their career on the beginnings, like like Louis Armstrong. I mean,
Right.
we don't want to go into details here, but certain artists, like it is a fact that it helped their career. That
Absolutely.
the audience knows their beginnings,
Absolutely.
and then other artists are embarrassed to tell their beginnings.
Right, exactly.
Because they say, "I made it here. I don't want people to know where I'm coming
Exactly,
from."
exactly.
Yeah, so maybe
Exactly.
that's why, I guess. But
Yeah. Let's go to the board again. We have some more people.
Wow, yeah. People are chipping
Can
in
it
there.
so? Gig goes 21 minutes, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know who this is.
This is Patrick Bianco. He's
Okay.
an amazing sax player from Zurich.
Okay.
We went on tour to China
Okay.
last year. He's amazing. You don't know him? man, I mean, he should be your next guest. Like, this guy is amazing. He's like one of my favorite sax players in Zurich.
What's his name? How do you say?
Patrick Bianco.
Patrick, send me some material. Send some material to pocket.ch. Send some material, and we'd love to have you on. Cheers, Patrick. That's great. Pretty woman. Now, I would say pretty woman is actually what it is. Hello, and good to see both of you. Do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
I know who it is.
You know.
And you know who it is too.
But not as this
No.
name.
I hope she's okay if I say her name. She told me I could say it,
Okay,
so I'm going to
do
say
it.
it.
Yeah.
This is Lisa.
Lisa Rose.
No, the other Lisa.
Lisa Ray.
This is Lisa Ray.
Wow, amazing. Hey, Lisa. Wow, that's amazing that I come to this show to see Lisa Ray.
Everybody came to see you. I told you, man.
Well,
when I said I was having Claudiello
amazing.
on Soulicious, people started lining up.
Wow, cool. Hey, Lisa, I say hi.
People started lining up.
Yeah.
People started.
She must be in California, I guess. Like she's.
No, I think she's in Florida.
In Florida, okay.
Yeah. Rose is California.
Yeah, no. I mean, for me, they always come together.
This is always shit. This is always shit. This is always
cool.
shit. Thank you. It's okay. I told Claude I would be watching. She said she told you she would be watching. Did she? She told you.
I guess she did, but I didn't read it.
I did. Okay.
I apologize that with this whole Grammy thing, so many things
Right,
went on.
right.
I was a little out of focus.
Exactly. We're gonna get into that in a second. And the Canon Soul here. Okay, but Patrick Bianca has sent you information. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Cool. Oh yeah, Patrick Bianca. Send your, right. Exactly. Thank you so much, producer. Send your information to info@kubel.com. Patrick, right? Bianco.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the Patrick Bianco I'm talking about, then that's him. Yeah.
If you're the Patrick Bianco that Claude is talking about, please send your information to info@kubel.com. If you're not, don't do it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
That's fine.
Good. So
and I tell you, I did a couple of live chats, and sometimes you can get a little.
You
weird
never know.
Who's
You
right?
never know. Okay, check it out. We're gonna do another song, but before we get into another song, I like to talk about the focus artist.
Okay.
And the focus artist today is the man.
Yeah.
The man. The fastest hands that ever touched a piano.
Absolutely.
And in sync, in groove, in time, colorful, beautiful. The one and only Oscar Peterson.
He's the man.
Tell me what this man means to you.
Well.
And your career.
Well, this man means to me that I'm sitting here talking to you.
Wow.
Because
he brought you all the way to Soulicious.
He did.
Thanks, Oscar. Yeah. you did some amazing things. Wow.
I have to admit, it's not the best cover. It's not the best LP cover.
That's okay.
But no, it's him. I mean, Oscar Peterson changed my life completely. Like, I started playing piano when I was 5, but when I was 12,
right,
I got a little bored, of the whole classical stuff. I was
Gotcha.
doing the Mozart, Bach,
exactly.
all this,
Exactly.
And then I spoke to Rita Simonini,
Exactly.
my piano teacher who just
Right.
passed away. Is there anything else than this in the piano world? I was a little naive, but
Right.
and he said, yeah, there's this thing called jazz, and I have this book. It's Oscar Peterson exercises for the young pianists. And then she opened the book. I played the chord, and I was hit like a flash.
Bam.
A flash went right into my heart.
Wow.
And I was like,
wow.
what is this chord? Like,
Wow.
What? And then I said, where can I find this music? And she said, yeah, well, go to the record store after the class, and there's plenty of him. So I went down to Jacqueline. That doesn't exist anymore. Jacqueline St. Gallen. I was in St. Gallen.
Right.
And I went into the store like as if I was looking for an epiphany or something,
Right.
And I said, "Do you have something called jazz?" And he was like, "There's a whole department." And I almost fainted. It was so overwhelming. And I said, "Do you know Oscar Peterson?" He said, "There's a whole shelf of Oscar Peterson." So the CD you're holding there, that's the thing. I was 12. when I got my hands on this, I mean, I had to start somewhere, right?
Right.
And at that time, you were still allowed to listen in the record store. Remember?
Exactly.
You could go and stay there.
Right.
I listened to this like for 4.5 hours. At 6:30, the guy came and said, "Hey kid, we're closing." And I was like, "Shoot, I didn't tell my parents." No, like the lesson was like at 2, and they
Right.
were really worried. They called the police. They said, "Our child, where's our child?" Like, they called the piano teacher.
Wow.
I got so into the thing. I stayed at the record store, and afterwards, when I came home, I listened for this for 1 year, 8 hours a day. No kidding. My father got upset. Like, he said, "Can you shut it? I love Oscar Peterson, but it's enough. It's enough. Like, stop listening to
Wow,
it."
what a
Yeah,
story.
I listened to that, and I had no clue what he was doing, and I tried to imitate it on the piano. It was very frustrating because I couldn't figure it out.
Right.
And that's when I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Play
Wow.
jazz. Yeah.
Man, what a story.
Yeah. Show the thing. I mean, people should know about this record. It's unbelievable.
This-
Oscar Peterson Trio +1 with Clark Terry.
That's
If
right.
you don't know it, go on YouTube. I mean, now you can go on YouTube. You don't even have to go to the record store anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to
Yeah.
go through all of the pain and suffering that this man did. You can actually go directly to the honeypot. Right here. So
Yeah.
speaking of CDs and everything, now we're
Yeah.
going to get into, I have a focus artist and I have an artist that's also my focus. All right? So let's talk about this.
Oh, that's
What am
what
I
we-
holding in my hand? And wouldn't you like a copy? I know you would, wouldn't you? Claude Diallo's Situation. I found a new home.
Yeah, that's the new album. That's and what a better time to release it when the lockdown starts, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
I released
Absolutely.
And this is by Dot Time Records. Here's the
Yes.
label. It's an American and a German-based label.
Okay.
And I was really lucky to get on that label. I mean, they're a blessing in my
Wow,
life. Like,
wow,
they do so
wow.
much. I mean, shout out to you guys if you're watching. But yeah, Claude Diallo Situation, I found a new home. I recorded this in New York the month I quit. You know, I left New York.
Absolutely.
With Lucas Curtis on
Right.
bass, Andy Bauer on drums. And it took 2 years to release it. We released it now in March. But it was really worth the wait.
Gotcha.
Because we are now, I mean, if I'm allowed to say this, we're on
Please.
the ballots of this year's Grammys.
This
Like,
is what I
yeah,
was going to get to that.
yeah,
You got to it
that's,
before me, but I
yeah,
was going to
sorry,
get to that. No.
I'm
Say
done.
it again. I don't think they heard you. Say it again.
Yeah, Claude Diallo Situation, I Found a New Home is on this year's ballot for the Grammys. It's just over today, actually. Like, today the vote is over, and by mid-November I know if we're gonna be nominated.
Wow.
And nominated means in 3 categories, which is Best Jazz Album, Best Instrumental Composition, I Found a New Home, and Best Improvised Jazz Solo. So I have 3 lucky draws, but you know, I will see.
Wow,
it's very
man.
competitive.
I
as
mean,
we all
it's an
know.
honor just to be nominated, man.
Well, no, wait. I'm not nominated. I'm on the ballot, which means I'm on the way to get nominated.
It's
Yeah.
an honor just to be on the ballot
Yeah,
on the
okay.
way to get nominated, man.
No, it's true.
Am I saying that right? I mean, come
Yeah, now you
on.
say it right,
How many
yeah.
people would love to be in that position?
Yeah, I know. I feel very privileged. And,
Honestly.
yeah.
So I'm just going to say this real quick and we're going to get into some more music, live
Please,
music.
yeah.
I recommend everybody watching to find, where can they go? Where can they get this?
Well, they can either get, if they are in Switzerland, they can get through me, through my website. And if they live outside of Switzerland, they should order it through the record label, dottimerecords.com. All the info is on my website.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And your website is, for those that don't know the name,
That's true.
talk to them.
It's claudediallo.com. Very easy.
very easy.
myname.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So if
And
I,
of course, we're on Spotify and all these stuff.
that's
too.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the next time I visit all of your homes, I want you to show me your album of Claude Diallo Situation. Okay. All right. Okay. And if you don't have the turntable, you can get it on CD right here. You know, we got you covered all the way around. So speaking of getting everybody covered, let's give them some more music.
Should I play the title track? I found a new home.
Let's do that. You do exactly. This is a
I
good
mean, I don't know
one.
how much time we have.
No,
You're
no,
the
no.
boss here, like
We have 2 seconds. But go ahead. I'm just
really only 2 seconds. Man, that went by so fast.
no. And this is a beautiful segue Beautiful segue.
But if we don't have enough time, I prefer to play a tune with you.
The more you talk, we don't have enough time. So I'm telling you right here. So we play that music. So this is a beautiful segue here. Claude, would you please honor us by playing, maybe not the whole track, but one of the
title track.
The
I
title
Found a New
tracks.
Home. Yeah.
What is it?
I Found a New Home.
I Found a New Home,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Which is Trogan, by the way, my new home. I mean, that's the reason why I wrote this is I moved from New York after 11 years to Trogan.
Okay.
And so
Switzerland.
Yeah.
For the
and
people
so
that don't know.
Trogan is my new home. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without delay, Claude Diallo. Yeah, you can
Okay.
almost say situation too. He encompasses it all. I found a new home.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Okay, so I will keep this short, huh? Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, so.
But feel it. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Wow,
But
that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's a composition. It's very gospelly, you know.
Yeah.
I have a big gospel tradition in my music. I don't know why. I mean, while I lived in the US, I went to a couple of gospel and church services.
Right.
And I got really inspired, and it's just within me. But I can't explain why. It's not like I studied it or something, you know. Yeah.
I can explain it, and I don't even know you in that respect. Because hey, my mom said, she said many things, but this is one of the things she said that stuck with me and took me many years to understand it. But now I think I have it. She says, what's in the blood, you can't take it for a fever.
You can't take it for a fever.
Cannot.
Okay, interesting.
What do you think that means?
You cannot take it for a fever.
What's in the blood, you can't take it for a fever.
I never heard of this saying, but probably means.
What do you think it could mean?
It means that it's in you before you're even born, or something like that. Like you can't get it can't get to you from outside. It's in you, within you.
Yes, that too. That too. And this is how I understand it. A fever comes and goes,
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I haven't thought about that.
but what's in you, what's in the blood,
Is there?
that's there from when you're born until
That's
you leave.
nice.
You like that?
Yeah, I
huh?
like that. It's gonna be the next album title. What's in your blood? Is not a fever.
Mom, we made it. Mom, we made it.
Thank you. No, that's beautiful. I love that.
What's in
saying.
and you can watch it on the recorded broadcast. That way you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get it. Again. You can get it again. Let's go here.
Yeah, there are people.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Why Trojan and why what? Why Trojan and why does it feel like home? Oh, try Trojan. What? Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Why Trogan?
Trojan and why does it feel like home?
Well, it's always the women's fault. It's always the women's fault. Yeah, of course, love. I mean, you know, fell
Okay.
in love and with a woman who lived in Trogan,
Okay.
and now we're there. But it's amazing. It's amazing. Like I wouldn't have thought. I mean, I grew up in St. Gallen, which
Right.
is the neighboring city from Trogan. So it's not like I went from New York to a totally abandoned, deserted
Right.
place. I don't know, you know.
Right.
But you know, it's great. I love it.
Right.
I love it. Yeah.
Exactly. No, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So,
Is there
wow.
anything else you need to say?
No, that's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good.
No,
it's all good.
Trogan is cool.
talking.
Little village, 1,700 people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it is a contrasting life from
Woo.
the city New York to there.
That's a block in New York.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just one
a
city block.
Right, it's one building.
That's one building,
I
man.
live in one building. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is, the whole thing is, I realized that you don't have to be in a particular place nowadays as a musician. Like the
This
proof
is
is,
true.
I live in Trogan and I'm on the ballots for the Grammys.
Check that out.
You know what I mean?
Check
It's like
that out.
I don't need to be in LA or New York.
No.
And like nowadays, if you're connected, if you know the right people,
Absolutely.
if you do the talking, the networking,
Absolutely.
you can achieve anything from
Absolutely.
anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
And that's what I also say to my students. You know,
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
taking the words right out of my mouth. I think
Yeah.
young students or just up and coming people with the desire
Mm-hmm.
to be in the field of music or some type of artistry. Going back to what we were talking about before about a beginning,
yeah, beginning.
because a lot
yeah,
of times, you have very talented people that because they don't get that immediate gratification
or exposure, right?
or exposure,
Yeah,
they give up.
that's true. I know many people like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know
And say,
many.
"Man, you're
yeah.
so talented. You gotta, yeah, but he said, and they said, and if you go down that route, no, you never, because hey, trust me, and you know this for a fact too, you're gonna get many more rejections than you actually get yes,
Absolutely.
the
Yeah,
door open.
yeah, yeah.
But when you get that door that opens, it's gonna be a door. The people behind that door are gonna say, hey, you belong here.
Yeah, and many opportunities open up
Absolutely.
from that door.
So these are not
Exactly.
the rejections of the people or you could say, the way I look at rejections, I look at them like this. I look at them in this way. Every time I get a rejection, or every time I used to get a rejection, every time I get a rejection, I place it here.
Yeah.
Get another one, I pile it here. And I pile it here. And after maybe 10 rejections, after every rejection, I stand on top of that rejection.
That's amazing. You know, Keith Jarrett did exactly the same thing.
Ah.
I read his autobiography.
Wow.
He took the rejections and put them on a nail in his apartment in New York.
Okay,
And it's funny to think that a person like Keith Jarrett got rejections, right?
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, And that way you can say, okay, great. This is not a failure.
No, no,
This
of
is a hey, say, hey, there's actually, I can even be better than I already am.
True, I agree.
There's
Yeah.
room to be, it's the way, it's positive affirmations. It's how you think. It's how you live. It's how you breathe. And
Absolutely.
that comes through your
Absolutely.
music.
Yeah.
That comes
Yeah.
through your music,
I agree with you. And yeah, I mean, again, Herbie said it. Like, you need to have failures to succeed to get the success.
So we're getting close to the end. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I just want to say I want to hear you again. I mean, this.
Yeah.
exciting
We're
was
gonna
so
do. We're gonna do
beautiful.
that. We're
Yeah.
gonna do that. But what I want to do, I want you to. During the lockdown, we know kind of the situation, and we know that we're doing a lot of things virtually. It's very difficult to actually have an audience, if you will, a
I
big
agree.
audience. What
I
to speak
agree.
about,
Yeah.
audience, period.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with that? What is your approach?
Okay, first of all, I have to say I never had a big audience in the sense like I'm a jazz pianist. So
Okay.
if we talk big, it's 120 people.
Cool.
So for
120 very happy people.
exactly. But we're not talking about a stadium like 10,000 people.
Okay.
I'm really sorry for those artists. But so for me, it's, again, I'm privileged to be in Switzerland. Technically, I'm allowed to have 100 people
Right.
now with the regulations. But a lot of venues, they need to cut it down. So I played in a place that usually has 120, now they have 60. So I just had a tour with Claudia situation with Rosario Bonaccorso and Massimo Bonanno.
Right.
We had 11 gigs presenting the album because Lucas and Andy were not able to come. Thanks. And it was awkward. I have to say, it was awkward. Like, there was only half the audience. Some had masks, some didn't.
Right.
And the way I deal with it is I just wait, You have to wait. I mean, there's no need to push it now, I mean, this whole thing is gonna go over. So there's no need to
No.
push it now. You just have to relax, to think positive, do live streams. Like what you do is amazing. I did some live streams too, which you can see on YouTube. And yeah, that's the thing. I mean, hopefully it's not the future, because
Right.
I like a live stream here and there.
Right,
But
exactly.
I need the audience. I need to get
We
this
need that, man. We need
adrenaline,
that because
the
it's-
adrenaline.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
they're a part of it.
Yeah,
you know?
they're part of it.
They're a big
And-
part of it, as a
yeah.
matter of fact.
So the
you know?
live streams are good that you can stay in touch with an audience or even reach out to the whole world.
Absolutely.
I mean, you see it here. We have people from Washington, from Florida,
Florida,
LA,
LA,
all over the
yeah.
place. I mean, you can't get this in Switzerland with a live audience. So I think the future is going to be a mix of both. You know,
I think so
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I think
I
so
think
too.
it's gonna
I
work.
think so too.
Yeah.
But I tell you, man, whatever the future hits us with, I think we're going to be just fine.
I
think we're going to be.
There were worse
I think we're going to
things.
be better than
Yeah.
fine because it's about. It gives for me this COVID-19 situation gives
Not the
me an
Claude
op-
Diallo situation. No. Don't call it COVID.
Sorry,
No,
COVID-19 thing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
For me, I look at it as an opportunity to grow,
Absolutely, yeah.
even bigger than I ever thought I would grow.
That's
Mentally,
the approach.
spiritually.
That's the approach, yeah.
This is an opportunity for me.
Yeah, I think for many people.
So, my dear friend, I think we covered the gambit.
We did. I mean, I'm amazed how you do that. Like, how can you do this? Like, that you fit in everything in 1 hour. I'm really impressed. You're great, man. I would
Yes.
have got totally lost.
Hey, absolutely. So, what I want to do, I didn't really see that, but look at me, I didn't really see that. But maybe it'll be shown to me again what I didn't see, because the hand was over it. But what I like to do is that let's lean it out with some more music.
Mm-hmm.
No. You're looking
okay,
at me.
okay. Yeah.
Let's lean it out with some more music, okay?
Sure, yeah, sure.
Let's yes, absolutely.
Like
So
what's going on?
let's check out the comments one more time here.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Mhm.
before we go. Okay, all right. Pretty Woman wants to know, is it available on iTunes?
Yeah,
Claude
definitely.
Diallo situation.
Definitely. I mean, this is distributed by a professional record label, Dot Time Records.
Dot?
And
Is it
Dot Time. You know the dot.
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 Dot Time Records.
Yeah, and it's available everywhere, like iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all over the place.
Absolutely. And Canon Soul, your
Yeah,
friend,
Patrick.
says, you guys did such a great job. Thank you. Thanks for this lovely, I guess he meant hour.
For this
So
long
good.
hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So good what you guys are doing
Well, thanks.
for the music.
Yeah.
So much love and soul and respect in all talks. Thank you.
His band name is Canon Soul, so even another reason to invite him. Tribute to Cannonball Adderley.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
And your friend from Washington, I believe.
Mhm. Michelle.
Yeah. Failure, rejection are just parts of the learning process. If a baby stops trying to stand every time they fall, they would never walk. Love that.
I love that too.
Love that. Love
She's
that.
great. She always has the
Love that.
right thing. Thanks, Michelle.
Love that. So let's end here with
Sure.
with the song. End out with the song. Let's do "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye.
That's perfect. It fits.
Beautiful.
It fits the situation. I mean, we are wondering what's going on, right?
What
the whole world
is going on?
Yeah,
And we're gonna ask the same questions that Marvin Gaye asked in the 1960s.
which is very sad if you think.
Isn't
of
that
it.
amazing?
Yeah,
I
it's
was
amazing.
talking to my mom about
Yeah,
that. I said,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
isn't it amazing? The same things, some of the same things, and even more, but some of the same things that you were protesting
60 years ago.
about in the 60s, or for her in the 40s or the 50s.
Mhm.
We're still doing it today.
It's a shame. In a way, it's a shame if you think of it. No, I mean,
And then that brings to the forefront the question: how much have we really advanced?
I don't want to get into that
We
question.
won't. We won't. But I mean, really, I think that's the question we really need to.
Yeah.
We need to slow our roll and ask ourselves, how much have we really advanced? Not technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Technology is
not technical.
Human, I think we regressed.
Absolutely.
I think we regressed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's ask the question,
Yeah.
what's going on?
What's going on?
And before we do that,
Yeah.
I want to say to my audience, thank you very much. And I really mean that from my heart. Thank you very much for joining me on another edition of Soul-icious, the soul that's the soul, or the show, the show that's all about soul. And soul you can find in many, many, many different aspects of life. Tonight was soul jazz. Next time might be soul rock. Tune in. You'll find out, all right? I'm the host with the most, Reggie Saunders. And until we meet again, please continue to support this show because we want to spread love all around the world, all right? To you and yours. Stay healthy, stay happy, but don't leave right now because we're going to send you some more music to soothe your soul. Peace. Reggie. Check it out.
Thank you, Reggie.
Woo! Claude! Let's do it!
You count it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Check it. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. I said, brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way. We need some loving here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer. Never was, never will be. Only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way. We need understanding here today. Pick a line, pick it line, pick it side. Don't you punish me with brutality. You can talk to me, and we can see what's going on. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Woo. Right on. Oh, feel the love, y'all. Because our hair is long, you know we've got to find a way. We need that LOV in his place today. Picket line, here we go, check it out. Picket lines, brother, picket signs, sister, don't you punish me with stupidity. I'm intelligent, you see. You can sit down and talk to me. What's going on? What's going on? Claude, what's going on? Keep it right there going on. I think you found a home. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Claude Diallo Situation. I found a new home. I hope you can find a new home in your heart too. Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be alright. You don't have to fuss or fight. You're just gonna see that bright light, bright bright light, bright light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to see you smiling, loving, laughing, and being the best person you can be. Until next week, peace, love. And so delicious. I love you. Reggie out.